Hey guys, Dave here from 808 Toys, back at it again with another review. We've got to be one of the first shops in Australia to get the Broly figure, the S.H.Figuarts Broly DragonballZ figure, and I'm just going to say first off the back, you don't understand the size of this figure or even this packaging, the weight in the packaging. I just want to put Goku next to him now just so that you can see this figure is big, it's muscly, it's a lot of plastic. Definitely grab these ones fast from our store. I'll put the link in the description. They are going to sell like hotcakes. We've already almost sold out, so definitely grab them fast. We've got a few more coming, but I want to get this review done, and really I'm just excited for the figure. I love figures like this, especially ones with all the muscles and that. So let's get into it right now. Here's a quick look at the box for anyone who's interested. It shows you Broly in all these poses, holding up Goku there with the stand. That's just the piece that I just showed you then. On the side, like they do with all the boxes, it has Broly's face on the side. You got the window where Broly was and all the cool stuff, Dragon Ball Z, Broly on the side. Line them all next to each other, collect them all. You need them. Alright guys, I'm doing this review as I'm opening it, so the excitement is, it's just, this figure is awesome. I'm still going to sit Goku next to the figure because I just can't get over the size of the figure. But out of the packaging, we've got some sets of hands. We've got his green little blast there on the side. It looks like we've got a stand, and we've got two interchangeable faces, so obviously the hands interchange, the faces interchange. Let's get this Broly out of the pack. I want to take a minute and quickly have a look over it, and then let's get to this review done. Alright guys, Broly out of the packet. Oh my god, it is amazing. The figure, oh, it's got so much weight to it. They've spared no expense on the plastic. It's all plastic, it's not hollow, it's just, oh, the figure is awesome. I'm going to pull the hands off. There's some plastic protecting your hands before you pull them off. There's also some plastic film just underneath his little cape or his little gi here. So as you can see it just there, I'm going to pull that plastic off and I'm going to change some hands over, and let's go through the articulation and we'll do all that good stuff. Alright guys, I've just taken the plastic off. I've taken the plastic off his robe here. Now, as I'm looking over the figure, to me, it's amazing. It's already starting off to be one of my favourite out of the Dragon Ball Z line. I'm a bit biased, mind you, because if the figure's got muscles and it's big like this, it just hits my sweet spot. I mean, it reminds me of like a soda figure that's just muscle bound. I think they've done an amazing job with how they've done the articulation on the figure. If you can't get a figure, especially a Dragon Ball Z figure, in this type of a pose, then basically the articulation isn't up to scratch. So you can on this figure. People I have heard that have been complaining about seeing these hinges and things like that, but to me, to be able to get it in those poses, I can see past it, so I'm not going to complain about it. I think that the hinges on the Broly figure are amazing, because I would prefer to be able to get his hands in those type of poses, his arms in those poses, than worry about seeing some hinges. And I mean, if you pose it nicely, you can't really see them anyway. So as far as articulation goes, we've got a swivel, like a hinge here. This is also on a ball joint, so it's like a double jointed. It's like a double hinge almost, or it's at least a big hinge, bigger than what we normally would get a ball joint just there, and that gets it so that he can get this big range of motion. You've got the bicep swivel, obviously. You've got double jointed elbows, which, I mean, figures these days still aren't doing that. Now the hand is on a peg, okay? It pegs off, so it doesn't have the biggest range of motion. It's basically got whatever you can do with it on that swivel. I'm still not going to complain. As far as the waist goes, the waist swivels, okay, either side. It does get a little bit, it gets, a bit trapped behind his gi here, okay. His chest has like a swivel here as well, like an ab crunch. Okay, so it's obviously on a hinge. I can see it inside there. It's on a hinge. This is impressive. It's got a hinge here and a bit of a swivel. You got two little screws in here that are holding on the front of this. This here also has got two little ball joints on either side of his leg. Now, as far as his leg goes, if you can see in there, it's got a ball joint there. Okay, it's also got the thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and on his foot, like, the detail in it is amazing. I just want to mention, especially the paintwork, but the foot's on obviously the ball joint. It goes up and down, and he's got little toe pivots there as well. So there's been no expense spared. The shading on the figure is amazing. These little gems here are actually, they're not just painted gems, they actually, like, you can see through them. It's like a clear plastic, so that's good. All the paint is all up to scratch. The figure does stand, it's not as bad as what I thought. It stands, you know, with a few little twists of the feet, and I mean, you can get him to stand in pretty well any pose you want, you know, that he could stand normally. So basically, the Broly figure for me is amazing. Let's just look at the back. He's got the nice V there. If you know a bit about your bodybuilding, all the triceps look good, the shoulders look good. The only thing I probably don't like is this here. I've never seen a back look like that. You've got traps, you've got back muscles. They're obviously his lats, but this here, they could have done something. They could have done something a bit different there. So that's probably my only gripe as far as the back and as far as paintwork and just overall appearance. I don't care about what you see with the hinges and the ball joints. I do care about the look of that. That to me looks a little bit weird. Now there's definite shading on the legs. There's shading, a slight bit of shading just here. Beautiful shading on here, gold on the trim, like I said. Okay, so I'll pop off the head now and show you how we do that. Okay guys, I just want to show you this, the attention that they go to, you know, with these hinges and ball joints. There's a double ball joint in there and like a double hinge so that you can get the head forward and further to look down. But basically this is with the face off. You can see it's got two little pegs there, just like most of the Dragon Ball Z figures. The two pegs there hold the face on. The face has the two pegs just there. Okay, so you plug it in the new face. Okay, so we've put on the screaming face now, and then you plug in the other hair. You can see it's got two plugs there and a little slot there for this top hair piece to get plugged into, and it all fits in nice. And we have a screaming Broly, which is awesome, and the figure is amazing. Pick it up. I'm loving it so far. Alright, getting these figures next to each other, after just playing with Broly and now I've just pulled out Goku, it's like I've just grabbed a G.I. Joe compared to like a big 6-inch figure, or there's just so much plastic on this Broly figure, and the Goku actually feels like a little, you know, toy. Obviously it is a toy, but if you get what I mean. That's a bit of a scale up for you. Just thought I'd show that. Okay guys, here's a bit of a scale up with your Broly with the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper figure, and obviously DragonballZ, Figuarts, Goku, Super Saiyan. Okay, here Broly is with his little effect. If you have, I believe it's the Frieza figure, it's the same basic type of thing. I'm pretty sure Friezas were pink little balls, so they've kind of done the same little copy up but just made these green. Obviously it's your standard S.H.Figuarts stand, and you've got a couple of plugs there that you can plug him in and hold on to these flames and throw those around at Goku and all the gang. Okay, the wrap up on the Broly figure, I think it's amazing. I would get it even if I didn't collect Dragon Ball Z figures, or if I didn't love this line, because the figure is awesome. I don't care what anyone else says. I haven't watched any other reviews. This is just my opinion. So also, if you live in Australia and you want to get this figure, you need to go to
808toys.com.au, Australia's action figure and import specialist. Hit the link in the description. Like, comment and subscribe. Yeah!